Good afternoon. My name is Brenda Harrell. Today I'm going to be talking about where I'm having my internship, and it's at Turning Point of Central California Dragonfly. A little bit about the company is that we serve um, youth as well as adults. And in the introduction here, it shows that the Dragonfly program is specifically designed to work with children and families currently involved with child welfare services. We are committed to helping children and family heal in mind, body, and spirit so that ultimately we can all be better as a community. We provide a variety of services, including individual and family therapy, psychiatry, and case management to help or foster genuine hope and facilitate positive change. At Dragonfly, we believe that people can be the catalyst that restore families and establishing a healthy foundation for the next generation. So, what exactly consists of Dragonfly? So, this is the organization chart I have developed in regards to our company. In the top, as you can see, is David Tan. He's the regional director and he's in charge of additional programs. But the program that I'm in, he is in charge of our program director Marcos, and under Marcos, we he's supervises the administrative assistant, the MHS supervisor, the building records technician, the assistant program director, and the team lead mental health professional. Under Tony, which is the assistant program director, she supervises our 9 clinicians, and she also supervises the intake coordination team, which are both bilingual. They're basically the ones that help in the front office process the intake and schedule intake appointments so then we could establish care. Ishmael Diaz, he is our mental health supervisor. He is in charge of 3 mental health specialists and myself. So we only have 4 mental health specialists right now. We're actually a little bit understaffed and we're currently hiring. So why is Turning Point Dragonfly here? So our mission is to restore hope to our children and parents so that families can be made whole. So we are for reunification, but of course we're here for the client. So if the client um, is advocating not to go back based on their mental health or the parents not following through with their services, then of course we also advocate for them to remain in foster care or establish a permanency plan with them, with somebody who's able to support them alongside their mental health journey. Okay, our vision and values are basically the same. We exist in order to help create a world where every child and parent is safe and loved. Oh, I'm not sure why it's not showing, but basically, um, this is policy and procedure. Oh yeah, so this slide is a policy and procedure slide. So the procedure of being enrolled in Turning Point Dragonfly is doing the intake. So the intake coordinating team will reach out to the referrals sent by DBH and um, Department of Social Services after the intake is done and they meet medical necessity, so they actually have a diagnosis that we can work with. They are assigned if it's a child, they are assigned a clinician and mental health specialist. But if they are a adult, they're only assigned a clinician. Once they're assigned, then we're able to render services. So mental health specialists render individual rehabilitation sessions, and a clinician can also do a rehab session or therapy session. And then after that, towards the end of a CPS case closing, if it does go to reunification, there is family therapy to make sure that our clients are being heard in regards to any concerns, safety plan, and make sure that it's going to be a thriving environment for both the parents and the child. In regards to ethics, so the services provided at Turning Point of Central California Dragonfly program align closely with the National Association of Social Workers code of ethics emphasizing values such as dignity, social justice, and the importance of human relationships. So the six ones that I do want to highlight is the services that we do provide. Um, we provide it very wholeheartedly. We go out in the community. We go out at homes or schools to provide that one-on-one session and this whatever it takes approach to make sure that we fulfill the client's mental health needs. We do it through integrity. We make sure that we do not we try to go in with, of course, we're humans, but we do try to go in with a non-biased approach, try to empathize with them and make sure that they are being heard. And alongside with social justice, we are there to advocate as long similar to the advocacy portion of it. We're there to advocate for our clients so they're not being discriminated. We're also there um, to acknowledge their dignity, let them know that they are not just somebody who went through a trauma, but somebody who could learn from their triggers, learn how to manage emotions, engage in self relaxation techniques, and also able to implement healthy coping skills. And also, dignity and worth, also, in my opinion, this is how I see it, is that we're able to value where they come from and able to acknowledge their point of view and their success and their goal setting. And another code of ethics that we do implement in this company is competency. So the population that we served are minors adults with open CPS case in the Fresno County, and this is also includes rural communities such as Kalinga, Fireball, Kerman, Orange Cove, Reedley, Sanger, and Selma. So we do serve a lot of the rural communities since we do serve the whole Fresno County. So in regards to the levels of social work practice in a micro, meso, and macro approach. In a macro approach, we focus on larger systems such as advocating for housing resources, policy changes to address systematic barriers for foster youth. In a meso approach, we address families and smaller systems such as educating foster parents and our caregivers alongside the parents on trauma informed care. And in a micro level, we focus on individuals and small groups, such as providing mental health rehabilitation and one on one support with our foster youth. So, the services provided to clients, I did break it down into categories, which is the first one is very optional and it's a psychiatric evaluation, medication, and medication management. So, if you feel like you need or if the client and their team feel like medication is needed to improve their mental health, so then they could get psychiatric evaluation. If psychiatric deems that they will benefit from medication, then medication will be prescribed to them, and then they will have monthly appointments for medication management to make sure the medication that they are taking is appropriate, or if it needs to get decreased or increased, or if there has to be a medication change in completely. The second category is individual therapy, individual rehabilitation sessions, collateral sessions with caregivers or parents or foster parents, and family therapy. And then in a case management approach, we do provide educational support, linkages, and case management. So the three evidence-based practice that I focused during my presentation is a Strengths Family Program approach, which is SFP, provides psychoeducation for foster parents, caregivers, and youth, focuses on skills such as effective communication, emotion regulation, problem solving, and it also supports caregivers in creating and nurturing structured environment for these traumatized children that come into the foster care system. Another evidence-based practice is the trauma cognitive behavioral therapy, which in short term is TCBT, which it also includes psychoeducation and skill building, trauma narrative and cognitive processing, and parent and caregiver involvement. So both of them can also be receiving TCBT. So what I really like about CBT is the trauma narrative, where the client is able to share and develop their own narrative of the trauma, and which ties into family therapy. Most of our clinicians develop the narrative with the clients, and the clients are able to share their narrative during family therapy. And in family therapy, a system focus addressing specific issues, skill building and empowerment, as well as collaborative and strength based approach. So where do we get these funding? These fundings come from grants. Since we are a nonprofit, we do get them from medical reimbursements through Medi-Cal and the Mental Health Services Act. So in our company, they are very proactive in regards to like self-care, motivating us to engage in self-care. So there's six main focal points in which they address self-care. They prompt us to take time off if we have paid time off required. We engage in mindfulness, bi-weekly company arts and crafts activities. So our assistant program director does bi-weekly arts and crafts that we could engage during our lunch, and all the supplies are provided by the company. We are also scheduled in biweekly supervision with supervisors to evaluate stress level and monitor workload. It's biweekly minimum, but it does go up to weekly if needed. And we also engage in gratitude exercise during our Monday treatment team meeting, which happens weekly. And they really promote work life balance, which I really appreciate. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or concerns, feel free to reach out to me. And thank you for hearing my presentation.